This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, very good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome. Okay, so the cluster creation is going on. Just a bit late, actually, I executed it. It's been almost 10 minutes. In 4 or 5 minutes, mostly it should be up. But yesterday, just to recall the issues, yesterday we were trying to face the issue with. Yesterday we were trying to face the issue with whom? Redis. Okay, so Redis something it is telling basically. So today we'll try to sort out that particular problem. So the only way is probably some options I might have used, or some Helm chart, whatever we have used. So it's not the right approach, might be. Okay, but whatever it is, we'll just take a look and we'll try to do that. Come on, it's almost 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Come on. Too much delay. Deletion will happen fast. I don't know. The provisioning will take a lot of time. Any some questions in the meantime?
Raghu,
Good.
general question.
Yeah.
For interview, normally Terraform is the most important, or is Ansible?
Both are two different tools, right? So you cannot actually, those are not doing the same job actually, first of all. Those are two individual tools. So Ansible is a configuration management tool. So which inside the operating system, it does some, help you to set up automation, right? So basically to set up your software, so make it available, right? So that's an Ansible configuration management tool does. But whereas Terraform does not do that. So Terraform is actually what it is doing. It is a infrastructure provisioning tool. You want a server, you want a network, you want a storage, so those pieces creation is being done by Terraform. So those are two different entities. So you cannot actually, you cannot do a apple comparison basically. So those are, because those are two different fruits even, not even the same fruit. Yeah.
Okay. Why? Because preparing alternately both languages is a little bit confusing.
See, always we need to understand. So see, that's okay basically. Confusion around usage of the tool is fine. I mean, the code is fine, but you should know that which tool is for what purpose. That has to be, that you should understand it in a proper way. That's quite important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just started node stack. Node stack comes into picture, then immediately it will start. Come on, just started a bit early. So let's find it out. Is there not, if EKSCTL is possible releases, so here also you can do that. Job, if I go here and if I say here EKS, EKSCTL is not there. Okay. Okay. kubectl gets my spots. Okay. So just want to dev create, right? So I just want to clone this and I will just delete this. Just so in my workstation I can, so I can run my EKSCTL, right? So I will just use this one and I will run my inform delete save. Okay, so here also I don't want any of these. You can just delete them. So I'm just trying to set up a cluster, so every day, before the session, if I'm able to make it, that would be better. Okay, this much, and you're going to so Kubernetes setup. Okay, save. Now if you go inside the workstation, this will just turn on the workstation, right? Isn't it? So start workstation is what it is going to do, and after that, so you probably kind of clone this, and so here it is, EKS setup. So here it is going to be EKS, the same command, right? Just run it. That's okay. And this should be running on the same node. It should be running on Azure pipelines. No, it is supposed to be running on D53 agent. Okay, fine. That's it. So when you run this, you're going to create a cluster, and this I think tomorrow we don't have a schedule, so we'll just go with the next Monday. Okay, next Monday, so which is at before our session, so 30 minutes before I'll launch it. And this is the one. Okay, cool. So next time, what is the problem? So since creation is scheduled, you must configure at least one stage which starts. Oh, okay. So this is auto trigger, auto release. Okay, cool. So, and schedule is set. Cool. All right. Okay, let's go back. And yeah, so let's install history pipegraph for Helm. Okay. So Helm actually, so Helm install we kind of just want to install Redis directly, this much. Now helm install MySQL, helm install Bitnami RabbitMQ, and helm install MongoDB. Auth enabled is false. And the last one, which is MySQL, helm install stable MySQL. So helm space ls, I think it's already there. So you got 4. Okay. So then kubectl create run kubectl run, so run debug and hyphen image is centers :7 hyphen. So sleep some number hyphen image is equal to, sorry. Okay, so then SSH so kubectl exec -it debug and then bash. Okay, so now yum install mysql-y. Okay, so that's the first thing. So basically you go here, wiki mysql schema. So here I can go for secrets and MySQL YAML MySQL root password, which is this. You can say echo pipe base 64 hyphen decode. So there's a password. So so cd/tmp just give yum install unzip. So cd so unzip space mysql.zip file. So mysql host mysql and -u root and -p this one. This one and shipping.sql file. Just loading the schema of MySQL. Okay, it's done. Then go back and oh no. So go back here. And the next one is Mongo. So I will go to Mongo. Okay, so here Mongo download. Slash unzip Mongo. So Mongo hyphen host, which is Mongo SVC. MongoDB is the service name, MongoDB, and just load the load the file, which is catalog.js file, and the next one is users.js file. Okay, done. And I would like to go with here PODS pods, and I would like to go with inside of RabbitMQ, so shell into the RabbitMQ, and the RabbitMQ needs what? So these commands to be running. So create a user, and so here is the one, and here is the one. Okay, so that's it, the RabbitMQ part. Now Redis, we're not sure, so we'll see. Now let's go and try to deploy one by one service. So now I will go with, so yesterday we're trying to make cart, create release, create it, catalog, create release, create it, front end, create release, create it, user, also create release, create it. So you got cart, you got catalog, you got front end, and you got user. Okay, so fine, as we see, let me take this. This might take a bit time. Yeah, let it come. Yeah, so you're getting the list of categories, so that means catalog part is working fine with the database. So yesterday also it worked fine. So I think the cart is a part which we got an issue. So local.com. So done. So now yesterday what we're trying to do is you're just trying to go here and just click on add to cart. it's not adding to cart. Okay, so I believe there is some problem with the cart related code also. So in the cart code, what we are having it here is, so let me open IntelliJ. Okay, so this is what we have, and the next thing is cart you have. I'm just thinking server.js. So you see this by default, actually it's trying to connect to the catalog port, which is 8080. Okay, but is that correct? So by default it is catalog, and it is catalog port, and the catalog is the service name, and the port is also 8080. So this is also no problem actually. It's trying to contact this one. But then why I'm actually getting problems? Let's go into the logs, cart logs, basically. So error connection timed out. So who is 10.100 204.14? Actually, it is going to the 80 port. Some port actually it is going, which is 80 port. So 10.100 204.14. Who is this guy? 2014. Yes, we see. Yeah, he's trying to contact the catalog over 80. He's actually trying to contact the catalog port over 80 port. I don't know why, basically, or I might be, this is an outdated code, so which I have to pull it here, the latest code. .rs hyphen auto. Okay, it's already up to date. I don't know how come it's actually going to the 84. Okay, so that's fine. So catalog underscore port is something which I have to do. Catalog underscore port, which I have to give one more variable, and the value is actually going to be is 8080. Okay, so this is what you have to use, and okay, let's push the changes and let's redeploy the cart service. Okay, done. Now you can see this card is the new container is getting coming up and the old container is getting deleted because there is a small change, which is an environment variable change, and that leads to, so creating one more as well. It's taking too much. Yeah, it's gone. Now I can go here and try to click on add to cart. It's not really happening. So now also it is telling that, okay. So actually it is coming to the Redis error. The problem is Redis now. So it's not able to connect to the Redis somehow. Okay. Redis without authentication, Helm chart. Okay, let me try this password option. So use password. Okay, I'm using stable Redis. So Helm space stable. I think same option here also. Hyphen set is equal to false. My bad, I was on mute. So the problem was the Redis is actually giving a read-only message. Okay, that means what you're trying to do is you're actually sending to a headless service, so which is not the right approach. So you have to send the information to the master. Actually talking about, you should send the information to master only, headless only. Why are we using master now is because my application is not actually designed to deal with Redis cluster. My application is designed only to deal with a simple Redis instance. That's it. Okay, it doesn't really bother about what's really so what's really so the cluster, what are the components inside the cluster. It's not dealing with that. My developer, basically the developer has not dealt all with these things. So that's the reason I'm just sticking to send it to the master. Master is the place where you write it. Okay, so I'm going to deploy these particular changes now, and it should be fine next. So I will say I'll go for cart, go for create release once again. Okay, so now again I'll go to here and just click on add to cart. Now you got the added to cart option. Okay, so this is what you have, right? So the next one is shipping, and the shipping. So did we deal with shipping CI? I'll go to shipping. I think I already made the Docker file, the multi-stage build we already discussed, and this is the one. And copies are shipping.jar file, so you just keep only this much, which is okay. And in Azure pipelines, you're actually having latest, so that should be changed to build ID. Okay, push it. So pushing leads to running something here. Where is that? Pipelines. So it should be started building these things. Okay, so cotton user is also running. That's okay. And I'll just go to the releases, and I will just clone the other one. Clone, and so this you're going to delete it. This you're going to delete this. Add, so which is shipping, and you call it as app, and add source code, which is 53 shipping master deal with code. Okay, so just click on save. And you call this as shipping. So if the pipeline is done, then we'll go for release. And also in the meantime, actually you didn't created this K8s file. So copy this sketch file and keep it here. Okay. And so here app is so you search for cart and it replace with shipping. And environment variables it does require is what? It actually requires cart underscore endpoint. So which you are going to say here, cart underscore endpoint is cart. Okay. And what else? DB underscore host. So DB underscore host is MySQL. Okay. This much. It's almost done. It's pushing the image. Okay, so now the image is pushed. I'll go to the releases. I will go to the shipping. And I will create a release. Yeah, now you see the shipping came down, and so shipping came up here. And now if I go and see the logs also, it's telling what it should be fine. Yeah, so JVM finally it started. All right, now I'll just go and say so the deployment to my front end basically. So I'll go to the front end related code, and I'll just say here front end. I have to update this, right? So server.conf file, so it was still with this one, so I will say it is shipping. Okay, and push this. So this leads to a new build image of uh, front end. And once after the build is done, we just do one more release actually to the front end, and the new changes will come. The new front end is coming up. You see this? Okay, so now I will go and now go to my login once again, click on card once again, click on checkout. Now you're getting the list of countries, which is cool. So that means your this one is working fine. And just click on calculate and confirm. So confirm will not work. So why? Because the payment is not payment is not there. So that's where so we just need to deal with the payment also. Okay, let's go into the payment, and in the payment you have create file, replacing it to here, and so app.yml file controller front end, replacing it with payment, and also you require environment variables env-name. So what all the environment variables you're looking for? So you're looking for these many values. So card underscore host. So basically you do go for value, which is card hyphen name user. Value is RabbitMQ. Hyphen name value. Okay, and the port is 8080. And the next one is the Docker file, which is okay, I think already. So all you need to do is Azure pipelines. So here you're going to say here so let the payment goes on. In the meantime, let's go to releases. Go here and go here. Just let's clone this. Payment, save. Latest payment, and then this is app. So code, add. Just click on save. Is the pipeline done? It's still going on. Okay, it's done. Now let's go and deploy the payment, and you just go here, deploy payment, and create a release and create it. Okay, done. And so that means you should see the payment would be creating. Also, the changes for my front end also should come down. So just when front end release also. So payment is done. Now let's the front end also get redeployed. Let it redeploy. Okay, so the front end is also done. Now let's go back once again. Go to the cart, click on checkout, click on and name, just click on calculate, confirm. This is not really going again. Okay, so what is the problem? So actually problem is the payment did not got any kind of locks here. No. And the another problem or where you find out that front end is this one. Okay, so it's actually going to shipping. I just want to check, go inside this front end. I want to say cat slash etc njnx default conf.d and then default.conf file. So here it is payment and it's actually 80 only. And so the configuration wise it is okay, but actually the requests are not going to there. Okay, so click on confirm. No, not really happening. Okay, so and also look for svc and the payment which we have here is shit. Actually the payment wise we need to change the port number. Delete this. So we copied from front end, so the front end copy actually created a load balancer. So this is not load balancer first thing, and this is 8080 port and this is 8080 port, the differences. Yeah, I'm deleted that. Now let me go on quickly to the release of once again. Okay, it's done. So the payment came up. Now let's go here. Just click on calculate, click on confirm. Not doing. Let's start from again here. Now what? Payment didn't receiving the log set. Let's go to the front end. No, payment didn't deploy it. Why? Did I not did it properly? This is payment. This is payment. Yeah, the port is changed. That's okay. And you got the service payment, and it's 8080. I think the port numbers is still the problem inside here. Basically, in the payment.py, if you take a look here, so here actually you're taking the port numbers, right? So cart underscore port is 8080, and user underscore port is 8080. 8080 is fine. Why not? It's working. Something went. No. Somewhere the ports issue only. We'll do one small thing. We will just try to github.com/install this guy payment.py. So I would like to take this guy and just replace this content here. So I'm just putting it to default. Okay, let me put this way. payment-docker.py. Okay, so docker put this content. Okay, from docker file payment docker. Why I'm not editing the actual file is because your server related, Ansible related things will break if I do that. So I'm just putting this much and copying it out there, and as payment.py file. Okay, let's go to pipelines. Let's go to payment, and let's cancel this. Yeah, the new one came up. Let the build complete. I believe that is the problem. Okay, let's go to the releases and do a new release once again. So create release, create it. Cool. So now the payment is getting created. So click on confirm is not really going anywhere. The requests are not coming here. So that means what is the problem with the front end? Now payment it is not hitting. Now why payment it is not hitting in docker.py? The port we have 8080. There is no difference in the content. Actually, I didn't copy it properly. My bad. Again, I modified. Why the file is? Repose payment. Did you got Docker? The content you got it correctly, and you got the Docker file and Docker hyphen payment, which is payment.py, right? Yeah. Now there is no problem, at least with the starting with that one. I think the front end is should throw an error saying that if there is a problem with the payment, there is a problem. Okay, front end is not able to throw it, and so that's where I feel something problem with the payment only. Sorry, front end only. So I will just go to the front end and the server.conf file, proxy pass payment colon 8080 colon. This is also correct. And that leads to SVC, and SVC, the payment actually it is giving this one and describe it. It's actually telling actually attached to 15.184. 15.184 is payment part only. Okay, which is fine. It's telling 8080. So kubectl logs this one, and the pipe grepper payment at all. It's not at all. The request itself is not coming here. So that's the strange thing, basically. So it's running on 8080 PS-EF. It's actually running, which is fine. So telnet user 8080, it's going fine. Cart, it's going fine. So RabbitMQ port 5762. Okay, all right. And the next thing is It's nothing, no next thing. It's all good actually. But why I'm not getting this? Something I might be missing somewhere. What could be the missing? Assume there is no payment service at all, then what it does? It should show some logs at least. So this is okay because the payment service is not there, so your DNS will fail and this will fail. This is okay. Until here everything is coming, but from if I hit shipping, like start. So there is error.log also, but error.log is empty anyhow. No, the problem itself is shipping. Actually, it's not going until see confirmation. The shipping is giving 499. I'm actually overlooking actually here. So the first problem is itself is okay. So the first problem itself is shipping. Okay. So here this I did observe. So let's fix this particular shipping part. So why shipping is giving the logs problem? So we are hitting the wrong place all the time. Let's go and look into the logs of shipping. What shipping is actually failing? Okay. So now if I click on confirm, so actually shipping is the problem. So shipping is trying to talk to some service, I think. Okay. So which we have not updated something. So here, so shipping will talk to cart, and cart probably cart endpoint is something we need to look into that. So cart endpoint is a :8080. It has to be :8080. So that's the problem. So we have to give the full endpoint is :8080. This is a mistake, bad mistake. Okay. So now let me go to here and go to the shipping control is. Done. So the shipping new one came into picture. Yeah. Now click on confirm. Actually taking you to here. Now you click on pay now. The payment is happening. We were not sure, so the code earlier, whatever we have made some changes is necessarily needed or not also. I'm not sure now. Okay. So that's okay. So yeah, you're able to do that, right? So now this whole application is ready and you know how to make it ready. You run your pipelines, you get it everything. And so the next thing what I'm going to do here is we're going to do the CI/CD on top of this, and at the same time, so we'll put some load. CI/CD, you're already doing that. That's not a big deal. You're already done. The next thing is, so we want to collect the logs and metrics from these same applications which is running inside of Kubernetes, and the same way, like I want to put some load test and I want to see like how it is behaving. Okay, so and we'll define some benchmark values for this. Okay, so how to define that and all. So we will again see that in the upcoming session. So probably tomorrow we can take a break. So the next week we have a leisure time to close those particular topics. Okay, I think that's all from my side for today. Yeah, any questions? Okay, all right. So if no questions, we'll meet in tomorrow's session then. Okay, thank you. See you tomorrow. Bye. Good day.